How did Grant Cardone become so wealthy? I'm about to show you exactly what his beliefs are and how he became as rich as he is right now. So basically, I'm going to his upcoming 10X Growth Conference, right? It's in February, and I'm going through all of his videos, just kind of getting a better understanding of what it is that he preaches, what he's all about, and I'm finding a trend here of what it is that he really preaches, and it comes down to long-term investing. So I'm going to be showing you a couple of his videos that I found helpful that really reinforce that belief. So let's go ahead and jump into it right now. So before we jump into all about Grant Cardone, I gotta tell you about my 100% free digital marketing course that I have. It's called the Free Boss Lifestyle course. And in this course, we are on the website right here. And as you can see, we teach you Facebook ads, Messenger bot, building out bots inside ManyChat, building out sales funnels inside ClickFunnels, Facebook ad campaigns, creating content and copy for emails, social media. It's a lot of information in this 100% free course. To get access to it, just go to freebosslifestyle.com right now and jump into this 100% free course. You're going to learn a whole bunch of powerful stuff that is going to make you a lot of money. All right, now let's go ahead and jump into Grant Cardone's first video, reinforcing the fact that he's a long-term investor and he commits to something, right? So when he puts a flag in the ground and decides that he's going to take action on something, he decides 100%, he commits for the long term. It's not like he's going to just dabble. Dabbling in different things is what loses you money. And it's a good learning experience to figure out what you want to do, maybe dabble a little bit, but eventually you need to come around to one thing, going all in on that one thing and committing to that to the long term and getting that one thing to be massively profitable for you and then spinning off other side sources of income and things like that. But don't try to just shotgun approach it and go for many different types of income sources all at once. This is what Grant talks about. So let's go ahead and jump into his first video where he's talking about you need to learn to sacrifice in order to make it in the long term.
Stand on a commercial airline. She's like, Papa, will I ever get to fly commercial? I hope not. I hope you never have to go through that. It's wrong. I did 3 million miles so you don't have to. Peanuts I didn't want. And I was doing that on Thanksgiving holidays to go to Canada where they were still transacting business. Super Bowls I've missed, ball games I've missed. My buddies were traveling, seeing the world, and I didn't have any of those experiences. It's been 30 years, 30 years. It's probably gonna be 30 years for you too. It's gonna be 30 years of it. Are you willing to pay the price? If anybody thinks you're gonna be successful without paying that price, you're wrong.
So, basically what he's talking about is like, you have got to commit to the long term, 30 years. This dude is 60 years old. We look at Grant, he seems young, he looks young, but the dude is 60 years old. He's been hustling for 30 years, massive amounts of scaling and reinvesting over the long term, probably working way more hours than a lot of other 60-year-olds that are on this planet. And the dude is now finally starting to get a lot of attention and really show results and actually be able to show all that he's been working for over this long period of time. Everybody looks at him and they think, that it happened to him overnight. But he talks a lot, if you watch a lot of his videos, he talks about how when he was 27, 28, 29, he was like broke. He was like addicted to drugs. And, he finally started to coming up with his finances and financial and hustling in his late 20s and early 30s. That's when he started to make his big swing up. So it's a long-term game that he's playing. So let's jump into the next video. In this one, he's kind of hating on New Year's resolutions and why it's just pointless. People shouldn't even be making New Year's resolutions in the first place because they don't even come through on them.
This year will be different, they will say. This year I will get rich, they might pray. This year I will get in the best shape of my life. None of it will happen. By January 20th, everybody quit. The gyms will be empty. Business back to normal. Your bank account ain't gonna change. 2019 will be just like 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015, 2014, 2013, 2012. Come on, man. Why don't these resolutions work? I think there's a statistic out there. It says 80% of all New Year's resolutions don't work. Here's why your resolutions don't work. Number one, there's really no real commitment. There's no real commitment.
So it goes back to exactly what I'm saying. Real commitment, long-term commitment. If you're going to commit to anything, you need to commit for the long term, commit for at least a year. If you're going to try out a new network marketing venture, or you're going to launch a new Shopify website and go at it with drop shipping, if you're going to launch a new Amazon business and try to sell products on Amazon, you need to commit to that for at least a year, right? At least, because I was a dabbler in my past, and sometimes when you commit to something, it may be the wrong road, but you're never really going to know until you commit for a certain amount of time. Like, you can't just commit to something for a month and expect that massive things are going to happen and you're going to get very wealthy within that 1 month of committing to it. And if things don't happen after 1 month, then you just quit and give up, right? So if you're going to try any venture, you need to commit and stick through it for at least a year, and then reevaluate if you want to keep going down that road and if you want to keep going with that venture. So like I said, Grant Cardone is a long-term investor. And when you look at what are things that long-term investors typically invest in, it's real estate. Because over the long term, real estate gets more valuable. It increases in value because we're kind of on a fixed amount of real estate in a lot of cities and areas. It's not like you can just easily create, new levels of real estate. We're kind of at a fixed amount, right? So natural demand is going to happen as we continue to overpopulate this world. We're going to overpopulate, and the demand for real estate is going to increase, and the supply is somewhat fixed, right? We can't just create more real estate super easily, right? Especially in certain areas. So I think what's going to happen, honestly, with real estate is that as transportation increases, like we get flying cars, and as people don't need to even transport to get into work, like they can work from home, this whole internet revolution and people being able to work from anywhere in the world is happening, right? That's going to decrease the value on real estate, because I can live here in Orlando, Florida, and I can do business from home, and I can do business with people in California, in Australia, in New England, in anywhere really, because of the power of the internet. Anyway, off my side tangent, real estate is what Grant Cardone is all about. So he put out this YouTube video saying, what would I do if I were 20 years old again? And now let's see what he actually says.
To get out of college, what would he do different if he could go back? This is what I would do. I would buy real estate. I would have 100% of my attention on buying real estate. Okay? Now, unless I could have been a brain surgeon, but even if I was a brain surgeon, look, I know brain surgeons about real estate, right? Because they know one day their doctoring career, their surgery career is going to be over. Now, what I have in here is a sales department. This is how I created my career. I used the sales department to generate enough revenue so I could buy real estate. Upcoming, I'm going to be doing a live webcast for a limited number of people on how to get started in real estate, how I do.
All right, then he starts to pitch his real estate course and his web class and all that kind of stuff. But you see, he's like 100% sold on real estate. That's feeds into the long-term investing that I'm telling you, right? So real estate for me, I want to do the same strategy that he's doing as far as side business. You're making cash from all these different income streams, but your main nest egg is in real estate, and you're just dumping it into one main thing. He's got his money everywhere. The dude was like hundreds of millions of dollars. But my strategy, get a bunch of money in over time from my business and then push that money into real estate and start buying properties. But to get into real estate, I probably have the false belief that it is cost intensive, right? You got to put down some serious cash to secure the property. Then you may need to put down some more cash to renovate the property. And then you need to put down more cash to market the property and get it rented and everything like that. And then it's a small paycheck every single month from that massive investment that you put out. I may be completely wrong, but that's at least my false belief on real estate investing. But it pays off over the long term, because as real estate matures, you're getting an equity bump there. And then as you're paying down the loan with your renter, then you're getting even more equity in the deal. And then you can easily use that real estate as collaterals on other loans. And it's great for your balance sheet. It makes you look good the more equity you got. Anyway, Real estate is 100% what Grant Cardone is all about. It's a long-term investment. So look at what this dude is doing right and just do the same thing. Think more long-term. Don't think like a New Year's resolution is a short way of thinking. You need to think of a new life resolution, a new lifestyle, a new mindset that you're going to be getting into if you really want to achieve that goal and go on that new trajectory, right? New Year's resolution, it kind of even sounds like, oh, that's just the next year. I'm just going to try and it's a short-term way of thinking. Yeah. So make new life's resolution, your new thing that happen every year. Anyway, so in this other video right here, he talks about the main things that you need to be investing in. And let's go ahead and jump into what he says is the 3 things right here.
Today, I'm going to keep it tight today. I'm going to keep it tight. You know why? Because look, I'm dropping so hard on you right now. You need to share this with your spouse. Number 1, in you. The first thing you should invest in is not your children. It's not your parents. It's not the banks. It's not stocks. It's not 401ks. It's in you. You got to make you better. Okay. Second thing you need to invest in.
So, I mean, you is the long term, right? You investing in yourself first. You're investing in your future, your long-term future. You're hoping that it's long, right? That again feeds into how he's all about long-term investing.
Is your brand. Okay, if you have a business, it's in your business. It's your brand. Who is Francisco? Who is Grant Cardone? You should go into debt for the first 2 things.
So you are your brand. As you create content and as you put yourself out there and as you meet more people, you are your own brand. They're going to think of Ian Smith. That's my brand, right? That's one of my brands. And then Free Boss Lifestyle is another brand. And then Evolve Media is another brand. So putting money into that, I see so many business owners that have these microscopic brands, but yet they are putting money into their 401k and they're investing in these mutual funds. And it's like, well, if you just invested into your own business, the thing that actually got you that money, just reinvest that money, roll that back in, keep rolling back in the short term. Yes, 401k is long term, but it's 401k. I'm not a big fan of 401ks, but I mean, as you can tell, I mean, everybody's got their own opinion on 401ks, but putting that money back into your own brand may actually help you scale your business faster so that you can put more money towards your 401k or whatever kind of retirement vehicle that you want down the line.
I take this, whatever this is, $450 sitting in my pocket. I can leave it here for 50 years and I'll promise you, I'll come back. I'll put it in a box, put it in the ground, come back 5,000 years from now, and I'll guarantee you it will not be more. It will be less.
So it'll be less because depreciation of money, because of inflation, basically. So when 100 years ago, $100 could buy like a new car, right? I mean, maybe, I don't know. But like $100, 100 years ago could buy a whole lot more physical goods, mass, than it can right now. $100, I mean, man, my freaking landscaping company charges me over $100 a month just to mow the yard, right? Like back in the day, I could have bought a whole supply of landscaping tools for $100. So that's what he means is it doesn't matter. Like invest that money, make that money grow.
$450 and invested in myself, in connecting with the right people, getting known. That money, even though that money went away, okay, what I put inside of me, my self-improvement, the book I read, the conference I went to, the connections I made, building my brand, that will never go away. All advertising and branding works, by the way, as long as you don't quit on it. The third thing you should invest in is then outside of you and your business, okay? All my money goes into real estate. This are 3 things that I invest in. My personal sense of self, okay? My confidence, my superpowers.
Yeah, so I mean, he just said a lot of his money is going into real estate. And so obviously it's working for him. There's a million different strategies out there that you can try that may work for you. This is what's working for Grant is real estate, thinking long-term, investing in himself, investing in his brand, and committing. That's what Grant Cardone is all about. So I highly recommend that you mirror a lot of those same attributes. And if you're trying to learn digital marketing and you're trying to really level up your brain, invest in yourself, invest that time into getting better at internet marketing, growing businesses, and really just knowing how to market a business in general, then you got to visit freebosslifestyle.com. I got this 100% free course. It's going to teach you Facebook ads, messenger bots, creating content, becoming a digital marketing e-commerce wizard. Invest in yourself. It's 100% free. Go to freebosslifestyle.com. Just invest the time. That's all it is. which time is pretty damn valuable depending on how much you make. Anyway, thanks so much for watching this video. If you have not yet liked and commented on this video, go ahead and do so now. And if you're not yet following Grant Cardone, then go follow him, because the dude drops a lot of high value content. I've learned so much from him over the years. Fortunately, I've been able to meet him multiple times in person. The dude's awesome, and I'm excited to go to his upcoming 10X Growth Con 2019 here in February in just a couple of days. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.